Welcome to the Petronas Sepang Racing Team online quiz, Lockdown. This quiz pits 3 Petronas Sepang Racing Team colleagues against each other in a 6-round contest. So, without further ado, let's meet the contestants.
Contestant number 1 comes from the Netherlands and once let a teammate tattoo him.
Good to see you here, Wilco. You're in the jungle somewhere? Tell us where you are.
No, I'm in my office, so we actually just, or my wife, she wallpapered it actually last week, last year it was already. So, and it's a nice background. I feel like being in Malaysia, so it's good.
Now we've got one question because it's in the intro. Have you actually been tattooed by a teammate? What's been happening?
You know too much, Andy. But it's true. It's true. So I always wanted to have a tattoo from the gear pattern from a MotoGP bike, and so it came up when Pablo mentioned that he bought a tattoo machine, and he was practicing on an orange, and I said, but I want to have a tattoo, so you can make your first tattoo on my leg. I asked him. And actually, I did not drink anything when I said that, so I have to be honest. So I give him the full credibility to try, to tattoo my leg, and he did it.
Well, we may at the end ask to see it, but before we do anything else, let's meet the next contestant.
Contestant number 2 comes from Malaysia and until now has never previously stayed an entire day at home.
So good to see you, Kip. Tell us where you are at the moment. Some nice bikes and I think trophies there.
Yes, I'm at my house. I have very nice room with my trophy, of course with my bike, and I have very good wallpaper there.
Now tell us, is it true that normally you would never spend an entire day at home? You'd always be going outside. So this is very unique for you at the moment.
Yes, I think very unique for everybody. So for me, I mean every day, normally I go to training or cycling outside or ride the bike. And now we are at home, so we just follow the route.
Thank you, Kip. So finally, let's meet the third contestant.
Contestant number 3 comes from the UK and lives with a dog called Larry.
So Jake, good to see you here. Not much of a background you've got there, so you could be absolutely anywhere. We hope it's not in a police cell somewhere. Tell us where you are and what you've been doing.
Well, I'm actually in the front room because the missus has put me in here to lock me away. So, I've not been doing too much, training, and lucky enough I have a gym in the house, so I'm able to train like normal. Just have my personal trainer do FaceTime to me and we go through some stuff there. But yeah, I bought a basketball hoop as well. Now I think I'm an NBA player, so yeah, I'm looking to make the switch.
You heard it here first, right? Well, thanks to all the contestants, and you can learn more about them on our website, sepangracingteam.com. But now we go straight into round 1. So this is Wine and Dine, brought to you by MARRACUDA. This is where we find out what culinary delights our contestants have been creating whilst under lockdown conditions. Obviously, we're not able to enjoy the fabulous hospitality catering at the track at the moment. Now, for me, a few days ago, and it is actually a few days ago, I made this soup, potato and carrot and spice, and it was really good. And I put it in the fridge thinking I might have it again. It seems to have solidified. So, yeah. Maybe I will send it to the winner of this particular round. So let's start with contestant number 1, Wilco. What have you been cooking?
Yeah, the best I think what I have been doing was beef stroganoff with which was really, really nice. Not that I can cook very well because my wife is always complaining about me, but the meat I have to say was really good. And that, of course, is a big help. And the only thing, I did not destroy it. I cooked it okay, and the vegetables and the potatoes all together was a great mix. But especially the meat, was very, very tasteful.
Okay, that's a good opener. Thank you, Wilco. I think I'll give you 7 points for that. So now next, let's go to contestant number 2. Kip, what have you been cooking? What's been cooking in Malaysia?
Yes, the thing I cook is fried rice. It's very famous in Malaysia. So the taste also not bad, and yeah, I know how to cook, so no problem.
Okay, so fried rice. When we pitch that against Wilco, he's doing the full spread. You've just done the fried rice, so it's going to be a six for you on that round.
Okay.
6 for you on that round. And finally, let's go to Jake. What's been cooking?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, what's the point in cooking when your missus is basically a chef? So I'm not gonna lie, she's cooked everything for me, and I've sat there and just judged if it's good or not.
So
surely
that's a 0.
No, I think you said your score when I asked you what have you cooked and you said nothing. You get a nothing for round 1. It's a big 0. So on that note, round 1 is over. That means we go straight to round 2. Okay, this round is Lockdown Lunacy, and it's brought to you by Withy. Here we want to know what's the daftest, almost out of character thing that our contestants have done whilst under lockdown conditions. It's a very different way of living. We're spending a whole lot of time at home, and we do things a bit differently. For me, over the Easter weekend, I spent chopping wood and filling my woodshed, only to remember that I wanted to move it about half a metre to the right. So then I emptied the woodshed, moved the shed. The shed, of course, broke, repaired the shed, filled it back with wood. There was a whole afternoon gone totally needlessly. But that's what I've been. So what have you guys been doing? So I think we go number 1. We go firstly to contestant number 2. Kip, what have you done that's a bit out of character or a bit silly, bit daft since you've been under lockdown?
Yes, for my training mission, I mean Wahoo kicker. I always change the place. I mean for I don't know why, but I always change the place. That's it.
That's it. Okay, so I think we give you. I think it's consistent scoring here. So I think we give you a 6 point for that. Okay, next let's go to Jake. Well, come on, what's been happening? What have you been up to?
Well, I decided to clean the patio, and whilst I was out there, I was sweeping, and I was like, the brush isn't really cutting it, so I got the hoover out and started hoovering it. So I think, it worked well because it got all the little bits up, but I think I sucked too much of the stuff in between the patio bits that shouldn't have been basically pulled up.
If only for the vision of you being in your garden on the patio in your little pinny with your feather duster hoovering the patio, and you know that hoover will never be the same again. Never. You go inside, there'll be bits of masonry coming out. It's never going to be good. That's a strong 8. That's a strong 8 for that. An 8, yeah.
Oh God, I thought it was a 10 at least. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever done.
You've got to do more than hoover your patio to get a 10 in this quiz. So it's an 8. An 8 is a good score. Wilco.
Yeah.
What about in the Netherlands? What's been happening?
Yeah, well, I can name actually plenty because hobbying in house is not really kind of my hobby. Doing all the things what need to be done. But yes, it's a must because traveling around the world as much as we do, then you keep on hobbying basically. But the toughest thing is a bit difficult to mention because everything basically was still quite important to do. But if I have to say something, I have a pet, and is a turtle. and and sometimes we were getting a little bit bored. But every time he's outside and he's having his his second role, so he has to go to the bathroom, and he's doing it in my garden. So every hour I'm cleaning it basically. So and I never did that, and it's also not really on my wish list. But to do that a couple of times a day, I have to say, it's really locked down, and it's something that I have, is strange to do for me. So cleaning the shit of my turtle basically in the garden.
So toilet duties for Wilco. I think just the vision of you running around with the tiny turtle.
No, it's huge, yeah.
Okay, even better. This is that's. I mean, you're edging closer to the 10 that Jake wanted. That's a 9. You win that round. So that was round 2. Let's go next to round number 3. So round 3 is brought to you by Petronas, and it's called Home Help. Here we want to know what device or advice has been invaluable to our contestants during lockdown. Now, for me, my very best friend during lockdown has been the George Foreman lean, mean, fat reducing grilling machine. Perfect. You can cook anything in it, quick, doesn't take much clearing. We've had some good times together. So we want to know from our contestants, what's been invaluable, either a device or advice. So Jake, we'll go to you first.
Well, it's got to be my home gym. I think that's the most valuable thing I can have right now. Is keeping me sane, it's keeping me fit, and most of all, keeping me in shape for my wife.
So that was good. So that was almost a generic rider, driver, any sportsman answer. What are you doing all this time? I'm spending time in the gym. And in reality, these guys, they go into the gym and they sit and have a coffee, lift a weight, and then have another coffee. We know what happened. I've been in the gym all day, not using it. But keeping in shape for your wife, that's good. Something good in the name of love. So let's give you 6.9 points for that one. And now we will go to contestant number 2. Kip, what device or advice can you offer us?
Yeah, my bicycle roller, and also this one.
Hey!
when I was pushed at the pillow, you see it's mine. This pillow don't make me stress.
I like that. So the bicycle stand and the bicycle on you. So you've got a pillow you can use. This is good. You get 7 points. 7 points for that one. So finally, we go to Wilco. What device or advice have you found invaluable?
Well, I think the most valuable thing that I have in this lockdown is actually being home with the family. Because I think everybody. This is maybe not what you mean. So as the first option, I would say I'm happy to be safe at home, and that counts basically for I'm happy that the whole team is safe home. So that's number 1. But I think you mean a little bit more a special little thing as being around with your family, of course, has all our priority. But then secondly, I would say I'm happy that I have my legs. Because basically I run and I bicycle a lot these days.
Those are good answers all round. I think we give you a 7 for that as well. So that's round 3 over. And we can go now to round 4. Okay, round 4 is something a little different, and it's entitled Go Get. And it's brought to you by Flyme2. This is where we ask all our contestants to go and get something from their homes. Obviously, It's not going to be a level playing field. A contestant might not have a particular item, in which case they've got to get the nearest thing, the best approximation they can find. They might have a big house, so a long run, but the scoring's based on the item or nearest approximation, extra points for style, panache, and any necessary explanation to what they've brought. So you don't take your phone, laptop, tablet, or anything with you. You leave it where it is. You go and get this thing from the home. and you come back.
Anything.
So it's an interesting participation round.
Anything.
Item number 1,
Anything.
contestants at the ready. I want you to come back with a healthy snack. A healthy snack. Go.
Healthy snack.
Somebody's trying to steal a snack from the dog. That's a dangerous activity. Oh.
This one?
Oh, very good.
That is not healthy.
Yeah.
So Jake was back first. What have you got, Jake? What's that?
I've got a lovely pink lady apple.
Pink lady out. I like that. That's 8.5 for Jake on that. Next back we had Kip. Kip, what have you got there as a healthy snack?
Fun milk.
Is this healthy? Like really?
No.
Yes, really healthy.
No, it's not healthy.
We don't think that's healthy. So I think that has to be a 5. A 5 for that. It is a snack.
Biscuit,
So you
biscuit,
get your 50%, but it's not healthy. Wilco, what have you got? What's your healthy snack?
I have a fruit bar with havermout and yeah, I don't know the brand, but it's it's you know what is inside of bread together with fruits. So very well, very good.
That's a good
I have
healthy
to.
snack. Not as good as an apple because an apple's natural and grows out there. That doesn't. So I think we give you 6 points for that. Okay, that's the first item. The second item. Okay, I want everyone to come back with, and remember you can bring something near to this, a musical instrument.
What is that?
Fantastic.
I couldn't bring it all.
Yeah. It's 10 points if you get the entire kit. I think Wilco's gone up into the attic to find something. Ah, fantastic.
Maybe this one I lose because I don't know.
So I was first.
Nah.
Jake was first with the drum.
Who? Jake.
Yep, we've got the makings of a band here, and if you go to our YouTube channel next week, you can see Petronas Topang Racing Team band practice with Jake and Wilco. I think both Jake and Wilco get 9 points for that, and Kit, nothing. I'm afraid
Nothing.
it's going to be a 0. Nothing is nothing.
Yeah.
Now, this final one might be a little bit more of a challenge, but might be. I know 2 contestants certainly have the possibility of doing this. I'm not sure about one other. So item number 3, or entity number 3 maybe, is an animal.
A what?
Animal.
An animal.
Oh.
Animal. Why this one?
Tell us about your animal, Kip.
It's animal, no?
That's the turtle where I was talking about.
Oh, what's the turtle called, Wilco?
Noji.
Noji.
Yes.
And then the famous Larry. We've got Jake with Larry. Oh. And Kip, what's your animal? And we say animal in the
This
loosest
one.
sense
I
of
have
the word.
this animal.
Oh. I think Wilco, your turtle is made for TV. He's waving and everything. It's brilliant.
Oh my God.
That's fabulous.
I hope he's not doing what he's normally doing. My God.
Oh, that would be gold if we could have that on cue. That would be.
With this background, it's possible. He feels home in the.
Go with the jungle. Exactly. Okay, I enjoyed that. I think it's 9 points for everyone in on that final element there to round 4. So round 4, a little bit of adding up needed after that, but let's go next to see round 5.
Yeah, sorry, I had to put...
So round 5 is entitled "You Know It's Been Too Long When," and it's brought to you by Monitor. So in the UK, the tax year came to an end on April the 5th. So well into the lockdown period, everyone's at home, plenty of time on our hands, so we could do something productive like our tax returns. Nobody in the entirety of the UK will have done it. You know, it just gets put off. So we're asking the contestants, what's the thing you're least likely to do that you could do at home, even if there was a year of lockdown, you're just never going to do? It could be fixing something, making something. What's the least likely thing you're going to do? And we go first for this one to contestant number 1, Wilco. What's the thing you're never going to do, even if you're at home for 2 years?
Wow. I would say cook, but that's a difficult one because I just get 7 points for cooking. So, but, but I have to admit, yeah, cooking is not on my favor, but I will do it. So it's a difficult one to. I know it. Ironing.
Ironing.
Yeah.
So if your wife's watching this, she can make sure she introduces you to the ironing board, to the iron, and then for, you know, you can get away. It's a new skill you can learn. Okay, so ironing, that's 6 points. 6 points for never doing the ironing. So we go next to Kip. What about you? What are you never going to do, even if you're home forever?
Clean. I never clean the carpet.
No?
No.
Oh, that's terrible.
Not my job.
So it's pretty filthy at the moment, then, is what you're saying? Okay, so we give you... I'm disappointed, so I'm going to give you 3 points for that. That's, you know, should be doing these things. Jake, what about you? What are you never going to do?
First of all, I thought Kip was going to say wake up early, but yeah, there is that. Paint the house. The house needs painting, and I'm never going to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a disappointing one. I've been doing lots of painting. It's you put loud music on, you can have a relaxing drink, you can painting's good. So 3 points for you too for that round, I'm afraid. Yeah. So that was round number 5, and now we go into the final round, round number 6. Okay, so round 6 is called Desert Island Lists, and it's brought to you by Sepang International Circuit. Here we ask all our contestants what 3 things they would like for lockdown if they could have anything they wanted, and they can take liberties with time, space and wealth. Basically your ideal lockdown combo. What 3 things would you like? And we'll start with contestant number 3, Jake. What 3 things would you like with you there?
I'm literally just thinking. There's actually something I do really want is a proper simulator. Car simulator, because I'm really into car racing. I've been in a lot of simulators, so yeah, I think one of them would be good. A swimming pool, a heated swimming pool, because in England it's very cold. And what else? A motocross track in the back garden.
That's a pretty good combo, I've got to say. And I think I like it a lot. I'm going to give you 9.9 points for that. 9.9. Not quite the 10, but 9.9. So let's go to Wilco now. What 3 things would you like with you there now?
Well, you know, if you really can choose, because that's of course what you're asking. So first of all, as our passion is motorcycle racing, I would like to have a racetrack in the back of my garden, and length around 6.5k, and that is my first wish. Then secondly, I want to have a hot tub in the back of the, you know, in my garden next to the track, I would say. And then as third, I would say I have to come back to that beef stroganoff, you know, enough food so I can enjoy eating after the hot tub.
That's another really good combo. I think we're going to give you 9.9 points for that as well. That was exceptional. Okay, the pressure's on. Well, what do you want? What 3 things?
For me, the massage chair.
I like that.
Yeah, because stay at home and the body also tired. I need it. And 1 swimming pool because I didn't have at my home. And 1 moto cross circuit. And that's it.
Because I really, really like massage chairs. I think they're amazing. They're brilliant things, even though I don't have one.
Me too.
They're so good. I'm going to give you 22.3 points for that.
Especially the ones in Malaysia, Andy, or not?
I haven't tried. I've only tried the Japanese ones that like you can get at the airport or in the hotel. When the Japanese hotels that have the
when you scrub the
vending
bag
machines and then a massage chair next to it, so you can have your coffee and a massage. It's really good. Right, so that's the final round over. So we've got to add up the points and see who's the winner. And coming in, ooh, very interesting. The points have jumped around a bit, especially with that last round. So coming in third, so a podium position, you know, it's a podium position, is Jake with 54.3 points.
Well, what can you say?
Congratulations, Jake.
Congratulations, Jake.
16 points.
And then coming in second with 58.3 points is Kip.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, you don't need to be Hercule Poirot to deduce that Wilco's the winner. 62.9 points. Congratulations, Wilco. You win
Good job.
bonus cap. We'll give you that when we see you next.
Perfect.
So very well done with that. That's basically the quiz. So thank you guys for joining in. It's been a bit of fun. It's good. Obviously not what we've been normally doing, but something different. We hope to see you all back at the track very soon. Maybe a track in Wilco's garden that's 6.5 kilometres long, and we know exactly the layout. Thanks everybody for watching out there. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Lockdown. Please give us your feedback online. We'll be sure to read all of your comments. Talking of next time, we'll be joined by Franco Morbidelli, John McPhee, and Razlan Razali. So please see us here again. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, all these things to find us and see where we are and keep updated. If you're watching this live, you can now head over to MotoGP.com, as there's a live also about to start on their platform very shortly with the inimitable Bradley Smith on there. Remember, everyone stay safe, keep washing those hands, and follow all the best practice advice in your country. Thank you to all our sponsors, and a big thanks from all of us here at Petronas Sepang Racing Team to all the frontline workers everywhere. We'll see you again next week.
Bye-bye.